Okay, word problems, addition and subtractions. Okay, students, I will recall you about types of models. As the last previous lessons, I explained there are three types of models. First, type A. Type A, the condition is there are no magic words like more, less, greater, fewer, and then there is no comparison word like more than, less than, greater than, fewer than. Okay, the model is like will be like this. The model will be like this. Okay, if the question mark is on the top, usually it will be addition. Addition, the word will be how much do I have, how much do you have, for example, how many apples altogether, how much total or in the end. Okay. If the question mark in the small box, it will be subtraction. Subtraction will be left, rest, change, need, or edit. It could be, okay? That is type A. Now type B. Type B will there are magic words like more, less, greater, fewer. And then there are comparison between two things. So the word will be more than, less than, for example, like that. Okay, the model will be like this. And then the magic word, you put it outside. Okay, the magic word. And then if the question mark in the longer, it will be addition. But you have to read the first sentence first, and then be aware for the second sentences. If it is in the longer models, it will be addition. If the question mark in the small box, it will be subtraction. In the shorter models, it will be subtraction. That is type B. How about type C? Type C, there are magic words like more than, more, less, greater, fewer, and also there are comparison between two things. The models will be like this, and then they are all together in the total in the end. That is the keyword for the type C. Remember, type C usually there is prerequisite word problems question. Usually there are A and B question. Okay. Okay, students, now let's practice. Practice Math Workbook 3A, Practice 2, page 71. Open it, okay? Okay, Siti had $487. Raymond had $175 less than Siti. How for the equation, how much did Raymond have? And then for the B, how much did they have altogether? So first we will answer the question A. So we have to read the first sentence. Siti had $487. Raymond had less than, less than, less than, less than. Less than, it means magic word and comparison word. So it will be type B. So A, it will be type B. You write first Siti and Raymond. Siti, how much Siti had? Siti had $4,887. You make the model. How about Raymond? Raymond less. Raymond less. So the model will be shorter. Yes. How much shorter it is? Because less, you put it the magic board outside, it 175. So the question mark on Raymond. Because the question mark on the small box, on the small model, it will be subtraction. 487 subtract with 175. The result is $312. So Raymond had $312. How about B question? B question, that is prerequisite word problem question because A, B, and then the question is have altogether, altogether. So it will be type C. Siti had 487. Raymond had $312. How much altogether? So it will be addition. 487 plus 312 is 799. So they have 799 altogether. Okay, number 2. Ramesh earned 357 in March. He earned $96 less in April than in March. How much did he earn in April? How much did he earn altogether in 2 months? Remember, you read the first question, the first sentence, and then the second sentence. He earned less in April than. So, magic word and comparison. It will be type B. How about A? So, A will be type B. Type B, you write first March and April. How much in March? March is 357. Less in April. Less in April, it means April will be shorter. Yes, April will be shorter because April less in April. So you put it less magic word outside the box and then $96. Less question mark. Because the question marks in the small box, it will be subtraction. So subtraction, 357 subtract with 96 is 261. So he earned 2061 in April. How about B? Remember, he earned all together in the 2 months. All together in the 2 months. It will be there is prerequisite word problems, AB questions. So it will be type C. You write it first. March 357 and then April 261 all together. So it will be addition 357 sub plus to it 261. The result will be 618. So he earned $618 altogether in the 2 months. Number 3. There were 287 men at the badminton match. There were 179 fewer women than men at the match. A. How many women were there? B. How many people were there altogether? Read the first sentence and in the second sentence. Fewer women. Fewer women than. It means magic word and comparison. Type B. Type B. So you write it down first, man and woman, and then you draw the models for the men. How many men there are there? There are, there were 287. Women, fewer women, fewer. So it will be shorter models. Fewer you put it outside and then 179. Fewer. Okay, question mark. Because the question mark in the shorter model, it will be subtraction. 287 subtract with 179. The result will be 108. So there were 108 women. Okay. For the B question, were there all together? Were there all together? So it will be parallel question word problem question and then A B question. Type C. You write it down first, man. How many men are there? 287. How about woman? 108. All together. So 287 plus 108, the result will be 395. So there were 395 people altogether. Okay, number 4, Mr. Ho's factory made 1,793 toys in January. His factory made 157 fewer toys than Mr. Chiam's factory in that month. A question. How many toys did Mr. Chiam's factory made in January? In the same month, Mr. Chiam's factory sold 1,698 toys. How many toys did his factory have left at the end of January? So we will read the first sentence and then we see the second sentence. Fewer toys than. Okay. It will be fewer toys than comparison and magic word. It will be type B. Wait, first a question. So how we will do it? Like this, Mr. Ho and Mr. Chiams. Mr. Ho had made 1793. We made the models, and then he made fewer. He made fewer. He made fewer. So Mr. Chiams made greater, more. Yes. So Mr. Chiam will had longer models. We put the fewer outside the box and then question mark. So if the question mark in the longer model, it will be addition. So 1793 plus 157 is there is 1950. So Mr. Chiam's factory made 1950 toys in January. Read the B question. In the same month, Mr. Chiam's factory sold 1,698 toys. How many toys did his factory have left at the end of January? Have left. Have left. No comparison, no magic word. And then it will be type A. Type A. Remember how you draw type A? It will be like this, and then you put it sold first. Sold, how many? 1,698. And then how many that he made? 1,950. So left will be the question, because in the small box it will be subtraction. So 1,950 subtract with 1,698, the result will be 252. So Mr. Chiang had 252 toys left in the end of January. Number 5. There are 4,320 books and magazines altogether ya in a shop. There are 2,169 books. A. How many magazines are there? B. There are 1,493 English magazines. The rest are Chinese magazines. How many Chinese magazines are there? You read the first sentence first. You read the first sentence first. 4,320 books and magazine, and then the second is 2,169 books. So no comparison. Yeah, no magic word. It will be type A. How you draw the type A? Like this, and then you put books and magazine. Books, do you have how many altogether? 4,320. And then the books will be 2,169. The question it will be for magazine. If the question mark in the small box, it will be subtraction. The result will be 2,151. So there are 2,151 magazine. If you see the question B, there are 1,493 English magazine. And then the rest are Chinese magazine. English and Chinese, the rest, okay, the rest is no comparison, so it will be type A. So B, you write it down first. It will be for English magazine and Chinese magazine. How many magazine are there? 2,150. For the English magazine, it will be 1,493. The rest will be for the Chinese. If in a small box, it will be subtraction. So 2,151 subtract 1,493 is 658. So there are 658 Chinese magazine. Okay, number 6. Mr. Tan picked 8,321 strawberries. He picks 500 more mangoes than strawberries. More mangoes than strawberries. Mr. Wang, Mr. Wang, yeah, not Mr. Tang. Mr. Wang picked 129 fewer mangoes than Mr. Tan. How many mangoes did Mr. Tan pick? How many mangoes did Mr. Wang pick? Read the first sentence, okay, and then the second sentence, more mangoes than, okay, more mangoes than, it will be magic word and comparison type B. So you do the equation, you write strawberries and mangoes, and then you draw the models. First for the strawberry, how many strawberries? 8,321. How about mangoes? More mangoes. More mangoes. So mangoes will be longer. You put it, this one, the magic word outside, and then question mark for mangoes. If mangoes question mark in the longer models, it will be addition. 8,321 plus 500, the result is 8,821. So Mr. Tan picked 8,821 mangoes. Okay, B question. Look, Mr. Wang, because the question for Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang, fewer mangoes than. Fewer mangoes than. It will be fewer mangoes than. It will be magic word and then comparison type B. So you write it down first, Mr. Tang and Mr. Wan. Mr. Tan, how many? 8,821. Mr. Wang, fewer, fewer, fewer. So Mr. Wang will be shorter models. You put it fewer there, and the numbers, and then question mark on the Mr. Wang. If the question mark on the shorter model, it will be subtraction. So 8,821 subtract with 129, the result is 8,692. So Mr. Wang picked 8,692 mangoes. That's for practice 2.